Oh boy.
Well, yeah.
Two dragons versus one white dragon.
Yeah.
I don't love those odds.
No.
To be honest. These are like pretty dangerous odds.
That was an overwhelming episode. It sort of felt like the script. I still really enjoyed the hell out of that episode. There's a lot going on. But the script of this episode and the way a lot of scenes played out felt a little bit like an action movie to me. Like it didn't seem to have as much of those surprising, that specific tailored type of dialogue and setups that Game of Thrones tends to have. There were still like surprises to be had. But even like with the dragon being killed, if the way that was played out, I feel like old Game of Thrones might have made that a little more surprising.
Yeah.
But the way that was playing out, if I hadn't even known that, I would have been like, "Oh, he's gonna kill a dragon."
Right? Yeah. This dude, nobody can even tell what this guy's doing to even think about him. Like, of course he's gonna succeed.
Yeah, exactly.
And we've already dodged this once with the big crossbow that they built in the other battle.
Yeah, and a lot of the banter too seems a little bit like action movie like kind of comedy dialogue.
It's a little bit like, what would a ragtag team talk about on the way to their mission?
A little bit.
Like,
that's why I did feel like it's a Suicide Squad.
yeah, exactly. And it's like I like that partly because it's cool to jump around between pairs of characters or a few characters at a time and see what this combination of them would talk about and what this combination would talk about. But I do get the backlash on this episode that it does feel a bit Hollywood and it does feel a bit left turn. Like this is a really hasty plan.
It feels very Hollywood, and it's like this season has been a lot of fan service, and I've been loving it. And
people seem like they were really psyched up until this point.
It's in this episode, but the dialogue here started feeling like a little fan servicey. It's still rewarding to watch. There's still I like watching these characters who haven't interacted yet interact with each other. Like watching Tormund and the Hound interact was really fun. And that is how they would talk with each other. It does feel very Hollywood-like, but it's like also where I expect Game of Thrones to be by its finale, As the show's wrapping up. I wouldn't expect it to really go any other way.
Well, I sort of wonder if maybe, like, I don't know the entire lineage of how they changed what the finale of the show and what the last two seasons were going to be, because wasn't it like 2 seasons and then they made it like one big season split in half or something. So I almost wonder if maybe some of these details were crunched down for a few of these episodes, because up until now it seems like we've been taking our time and sort of progressing in a careful way, and this episode by comparison, this whole plan, getting the team of misfits together, going up beyond the wall, like it seems kind of hastily assembled both in the context of the show and in just outside watching it, the way the plots have progressed. It does feel like, whoa, a whole lot's happening right now. And I can't tell how long distance, like, the thing I've lost track of in the past 2 episodes especially is just how much distance factors into anything. Because, like, people go visit other people, and I'm like, wait, I swore it would take, like, weeks for this to happen. Like,
what's going on with Arya and Sansa has got me really on edge, man.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole season, for a while, it's been feeling like, what the hell's Littlefinger even doing here? It seems kind of useless now. And then now he's becoming an essential part of the plot for what's going on with Arya and Sansa. Right now.
Just driving them toward each other.
Because even now, with him being involved in this plot, he's even still in the background a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm really wondering what this show is going to do with concluding Littlefinger's character. And then with Arya and Sansa, having them be toe-to-toe with each other, like, I saw the letter was a big deal, but then as Arya and Sansa were having that argument, I suddenly really started to hit me like, oh, this could fuck everything up, this one letter. And it didn't dawn on me last episode that letter could destroy everything. But this time around, I'm like, this could destroy it. Because everyone's about trust here. And if you lose trust, you're fucked. The battle scenes were really cool. The dragon dying, sorry, I'm not the best at remembering every single name out of the 1,000 characters on Game of Thrones. I don't remember which dragon's name that is. That's why I'm not going to read the comments on this video. You don't really like Game of Thrones. You can remember this one dragon's name right off the top of your head.
Plus, in the script for the next episode, this happens.
But the dragon dying was heartbreaking. I'm really happy that Jon's technically bended the knee in his own way. He verbally bended the knee.
Little Tormund wisdom rubbing off there.
And they're hinting more and more at the big reveal of who Jon Snow really is. Like, we already know as the audience that Jon Snow is the son of Rhaegar. Like, these characters don't know. And then, like, the last episode, Gilly points it out. We see Jon Snow's not really a bastard. here with the whole Danny. Oh, my brother used to say that. Yeah, they're really
Not very good company.
Yeah, not very good company. Exactly. I really feel like if Game of Thrones is going to be Game of Thrones, you got to have John and Danny hook up. You got to have them hook up and then find out who they are. You just got to do it.
Based on a different time, and yeah, you know, there's
so much
more
incest in this
fluidity
show,
back then.
yeah.
It's harder to track lineages.
Yeah, and they look different enough. They
Yeah,
don't look
yeah.
like family.
They don't. That's the truth.
Yeah.
I mean,
Rhaegar looked like her brother. He does not look like he's related to a Targaryen at all.
it seems like things are moving along very quickly now. Like, whereas I feel like the first part of this season was kind of taking its time with the details and like letting things sort of simmer and build in the background, sort of picking them up over the storylines. I feel like we've kind of gotten really direct in these past couple episodes.
Yeah, I'm kind of conflicted about it because
Yeah.
I really love the way Game of Thrones has been all these years with all their seasons. And then this episode, and that's why I think the word is fan service, is because they are, like you said, incredibly direct on everything. There's no more beating around the bush
Yeah.
on a single thing. But at the same time, there seems to be a lack. I mean, there's been so much buildup for so many seasons on all these things
Yeah.
that do we really need more buildup? Or at the same time, it's kind of conflicting because you're like, it's a little too direct sometimes where you could use just a little bit of things slowing down. So we
Yeah,
get a
yeah,
little-
yeah, yeah.
Like, I like the build-up feeling, you know? Or,
we
or is
just
this just one long-ass finale this whole season? There's just like everything's out on the table in this one finale.
Well, because we only jumped between three major conflicts in this. You know, there's the
Yeah.
White Walker mission.
There's a lot of characters we
Arya
didn't
and
see.
Sansa,
Yeah.
and just
We didn't see
Tyrion and Daenerys, right?
Yeah, we didn't see a lot of Daenerys' people. We didn't see Cersei or Jaime in this episode.
No, not at all.
And I really do appreciate the relationship that's forming between Tyrion and Danny D,
Danny D.
because that moment when Tyrion was like, "Don't go, don't go. We need you. If you die, you could see he really feels for her, and he
Yeah.
only cares about what he sees in her.
Yeah.
Granted, he points out shit that she does that he finds flawed. You know, she has a temper. She sometimes makes poor choices.
Which, as her hand, he should point out.
He
like,
should
if
point
it's
out,
legit,
yeah.
like that's their relationship should have that trust.
But at the end of the day, you see that Tyrion just really believes in her.
Yeah.
And he felt in that moment that if she dies, everyone's doomed, including himself. They've like everything he's continued living for is screwed at that very moment.
Well, yeah, he staked his entire life on her, basically.
Yeah.
Like, he's trying to make her succeed.
And I thought it was a really smart writing choice to have the dragon killed. It makes everything way more intense for a variety of reasons. One, it shows that like
Stakes?
yeah, because it's not, the dragons aren't now. They're definitely not like already with the dragon being pierced by Bronze when Bronn hit Drogon. That was already like, okay, the dragons are not invincible. Here you're like, holy shit, the Night King, holy shit, the White Walkers really are like the ultimate enemy because they took out that dragon like it was nothing.
Yeah, just
they took it out like it was nothing.
One spear is all you need, and,
Yeah.
and that dude with the greatest arm in the north,
Yeah.
greatest arm beyond the wall.
So it increases the fear there too, and plus
Yeah.
for Daenerys to be there makes it personally involved for her because now she's on a vengeance mission as well. Because that, like she said, those dragon are her children. You do feel that in that scene that she lost a child, and when you lose a child, man, you go on her. She's gonna go John Wick on those White Walkers.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean,
Headshots.
and I like the point she makes about I like the point that she makes about, you know, it's better that I got to see them and to know their power, you know, which,
Yeah.
you know, as a plot device, I think it's good that they did that because I'm thinking now it's like if they didn't go on this mission, that might not have been possible. So, like, even if this mission itself is a bit of a clunky plot turn, it did get us to a place that we need to kind of be in.
Yeah.
And probably sooner than later now, especially because we've got a lot of things converging
Yeah.
pretty soon.
Oh, we needed it too, especially for Jon to bend the knee because
Yeah.
Jon always has his doubts, and while he can have his faith and belief in conversations he has with Daenerys, when Daenerys comes flying in, saves their asses, and all that shit, then that's gonna make Jon really believe in her, and then he has a great story to tell everyone in the North why he bent his fucking knee. You know?
Yeah. No, you don't get it.
It wasn't like
she rode in with three dragons,
killed a bunch of
these dudes,
saved us.
Yeah. And it's just because this one asshole we didn't see with a big ice sphere, but
It took her 10 minutes to fly 300 miles
Yeah.
and save us.
It's got to be more than 300 miles. Even. But yeah, like, you know.
She was across the waters. How far away are these places? And then when Thoros died, I mean, I thought that was because for what another element that added to action movie-esque is I'm like, I feel like old Game of Thrones would have killed off like 2 to 3 of the big players here. You know?
Yeah, right? That's the thing is I kept going, wait a minute, do they have a bunch of like randos in the back who we just haven't paid attention to?
Some people were dead. I'm like, I don't even remember who that guy is.
Who is that dude?
I know like the hardcore Game of Thrones fans who know every single character's name. We're gonna be like, it's this guy, you fucking idiot. Like I know.
But sometimes it's shot in a way where it's like, unless you really know their face, I'm like, wait a minute, whoa, hold on, because they're wide usually those, and they're like hordes of walkers. And
well, the big death was the dragon and Thoros.
And Thoros, yeah.
And I like that they killed off Thoros because with that adds. What's the other guy's name?
Beric.
Beric. Okay. I like that they killed off Thoros because that intensifies the stakes too for Beric.
Yeah.
Because Beric relies on the guy to stay alive all the time.
Priest.
Yeah. He relies on Thoros to stay alive. So that puts Beric has 1 life left now. And it's like if he dies, he's dead.
One life to live.
And when Thoros dying, I mean when he started the Beric thing, I was like, all right, fine. I felt like old Game of Thrones would have just fucking killed him.
Yeah.
And then when he dies, I'm like, okay, there it is. Yeah. All right, good. Yeah. It was sad though because I like that character. I like the way I like his dialogue. I like the way he interacts with the Hound. I really like that character a lot, and it was sad. But at the same time, though, I'm still thinking like they would have killed off like old Game of Thrones. I know how good these guys are at fighting, but there's like thousands of them.
There's a moment, where when they're first running and the walkers are chasing after them, you're looking in the background. And I'm like, they're so far beyond you. Like, they could easily have murdered you all
just
right
all come
now.
in once. Yeah.
Yeah, like if they wanted to. I honestly, I just feel like this should have been. I feel like this might have been more episodes worth. If they'd split all the events of like the last episode and a half into 2 or 3 episodes, that might have felt more natural. Because then you could have just put one entire episode for this.
Are people not responding positively to this episode?
There's been a little backlash.
Really? Like what?
The Hollywood thing, like, and
Oh,
feeling
really?
like this whole plot line.
Oh,
Is
that's
kind of
a
out
thing
of
that people
nowhere.
are pointing out.
Yeah.
Okay,
like,
yeah, because I didn't know that. I really felt, especially on the action movie shows.
I don't know if it's like the majority, but I have seen a few headlines and I have seen a few videos go up. People talking about like after one of the hailed as one of the best episodes, which was 5, you know, with the big dragon fight and all that stuff.
4. Yeah.
Or episode 4, yeah. After one of the best episodes, people think that these last couple have been a bit subpar because of this weird plot turn where it's like, we gotta go bag a White Walker.
Yeah.
And you know, to be fair, I can see parts of that, but just the same, there are things I still like about each of these episodes. You know, it just doesn't feel as smooth. You know, I feel like this could have been a couple episodes because this is the second to last episode, and there's usually a big battle moment or something.
Yeah.
You know, and it feels like
they've spread out their big battles into several battles throughout this whole season now.
Yeah, and it seems like at a certain point in the last episode when this decision got made, then we cut to like, here's the intense part of like 3 major relationships right away. It's like, here's that second to last episode finale battle you wanted, but also here's a huge bit of conflict between Arya and Sansa, and here's a huge bit of conflict between, you know, or at least an important conflict between Tyrion and Daenerys.
I wonder what Sansa's how that's gonna turn out for them in the end. I really wonder how that's gonna turn out. If Game of Thrones continues down the Hollywood path, I feel like they're gonna find out Littlefinger's been planning this, and they're gonna be friends again and kill Littlefinger or something. You know, that's what I think would happen.
Yeah, and I can't tell who he's working for, and that's a good thing. And I mean, part of the magic of this whole experience is that we won't know the full context of everything until later. So it's like, and this show is usually pretty good at taking something you thought was one way and showing you it's another way. And so I have no idea what Littlefinger's motivation is, because sometimes he'll surprise you with weird foresight where you're like, yeah, this is going to be ugly at first, but it's going to lead to good things. Or he could just be trying to destroy them because, you know, he's in somebody else's pocket, you know? Or his own pocket.
Yeah, Littlefinger tends to look out only for himself.
Yeah, and it's like he seems to have, at least for Sansa, demonstrated an actual sense of care, but I can't, you know, tell if that's opportunism. And it seems like this could be, maybe he's trying to make her just get Arya out of the way, you know?
Well, what do you guys think of the episode, man? We'll be on top of the last episode.
Greg will not be in Colorado this Sunday.
Yeah. We're going to watch it just in time to make sure we don't get shit spoiled for us whatsoever.
Yes.
I'm actually relieved because I expected a dragon to die at some point.
It had to, yeah.
Yeah.
It can't just be the magic thing. That
Yeah, it's like,
everything
there's no sense of danger because the dragon just can't die, you know. So
And
I
this-
expected a dragon to die at one point. I'm sorry you got that spoiler for you. I'm really happy I missed that spoiler.
Yeah.
That it becomes a White Walker.
That was the very first thing I heard about this episode.
Really? That was the first thing you heard?
Yes.
Yeah, that was not spoiled for me. Oh man. Yeah, guys, subscribe to The Real Rejects. Click that notification bell. John Humphrey on Twits and Insta. And patreon.com/TheRealRejects. Take care.